Hi, everyone. It's Heather again with Reflecting Inward Life Coaching. And today we're continuing our series on seeking a great career opportunity for you based upon your values, your goals, and your strengths. Um, and so if hopefully you've already watched the first video, and there's an explanation as to how my personal career profile came to be. And so if you haven't already seen that one, go back and look at that first video because we have already gone through the importance of being true to you, going through various strengths and personality assessments and taking note of your strengths and your personalities so that you can have something physical to look at to make sure that your strengths and desires and values and goals match career profiles that are out there and to find one that works for you well. So we've already done everything that you're seeing on the screen right now. And so keep in mind that we're not looking at how much it would cost to pursue this career. We're not looking at how much it would cost, how much we get paid yet, unless it's one of your values that you are financially secure. If that's so, so important to you, then yeah, we're looking at how much that career would pay. Keep in mind that careers, opportunities, occupations get paid differently from state to state and even city to city, depending on what it is. Um, and I'll show you how to kind of navigate that here in a minute. But don't let anything hold you back. Don't let any assumptions or perceptions about the world and your capabilities keep you from looking at potential opportunities and careers that maybe you have limited yourself at looking at before. Okay. So now today we're talking about actually looking at career options. So now that you've looked at all the different values and strengths and you see your potential, you see what's possible out there, and you have an open mind, we're going to look at some of those careers. So, again, as a reminder, my personal career profile, if you haven't already downloaded it, you can find it at reflectinginward.org by going to free resources, career exploration, and it's right here, my personal career profile. Hopefully you've already downloaded it, and you have saved your own copy and you've edited it by adding your personal strengths and such already. And hopefully we're just moving forward for you. This is the next step. Okay. So the next step is going to my next move. So again, anything that's blue with a link, a hyperlink, you can click on it. It takes you directly to my next move. I have it up right here. So my next move is created by the US government. They have compiled a bunch of information about a lot of different careers. Now, keep in mind, not every single career opportunity is going to be on this website, but there are a lot of options here. So let's take a look at some of the ways to find careers. If you already have an idea of what you're looking at, what you want, you can put it in here and it'll take you to that career so you can look at the details and see if it might be a good fit. So, for example, lawyer. Let's say you want to be a lawyer and you really are passionate about social rights or something like that. So you're going to come over here and you're going to click on lawyers. Notice that there was a sunshine next to it, and I'll show you again on this page here down at the bottom. This sun means there's a bright outlook for this occupation. It's going to be growing in the future, which means it's a good move to go into because there's not really going to be a shortage. Well, there might be a shortage in the future, and there are more opportunities going to be available in the future. So you're safe, so to speak. First of all, I want you to point out here that there's a video. You can watch a video about what lawyers do.
Lawyers advise individuals, businesses, and government agencies on legal issues and disputes.
Okay, so I'm just going to show you a snippet. There's going to be a description of what they do and what you likely would be doing on a daily basis. There is a section for knowledge, for skills, and for abilities. And as you look through here, you may see some things that line up really well with your strengths, right? You're really good with people. You're really good with computers and technology. You come over here, okay, talking to others, good, listening to others without interrupting. Oh, I have to work on that maybe, be thinking to yourself, where I am right now, how would I have to grow? It's okay to grow. I don't need to be able to do all of these things perfectly right now. But do they match up with my values, my strengths, my goals? You might come down to some of these and say to yourself, talking people into changing their minds and their behavior. And you might think to yourself, man, I didn't want to be a therapist because I hate the idea of talking people into changing, especially changing their minds, changing their behavior. I can't make them do those things. And it would really stink to spend most of my time trying to convince people of things. If you know that that's something that really would be difficult for you, challenging, maybe rethink lawyers and be okay with that. Be okay with saying, there are others out there. I'm just exploring, I'm investigating. Okay. Or you might just say, oh, look, all of these things line up really well with my personality assessment. Let's go back to my personality assessment just to go look at my Myers-Briggs, my high five, and my personal values that I selected, my core values: integrity, attention to detail, dependability, achievement or effort, stress tolerance, analytical thinking. Check, check, check. Okay, my strengths, my values were all good still. You might stop and say, ooh, stress tolerance. Well, I know that I struggle with people yelling. Maybe my household growing up, there's a lot of yelling, and I know my body reacts to that, and I know that causes anxiety and tension. This is where knowing yourself, being aware of your limitations, comes in very handy. These are important things to consider going into an entire lifestyle change. Does not mean that you should not be a lawyer if you have a hard time with stress tolerance. It just means that you know what you need to work on and you can actively seek out resources to help you with those things. Okay, then you can come down, look at education. Okay, it's going to require a doctoral degree or professional degree. Okay, then you got to stop and think, okay, I'm not going to let this keep me from potentially looking at this occupation. We're still just exploring. Heather said not to worry about how much it was going to cost, how much time it was going to take, all of these things yet, because she already said there are resources on reflectinginward.org under free resources. There are resources there to help me figure out how to pay for this, how I would organize my life if it's going to take me 6 to 8 years to achieve this goal. Okay. But take a look down here. You can find training that will take you to a site where it will show you various universities. A lot of them will be online as well, if it's offered online. You can find certifications if there are any available. This requires a doctoral degree, so there might be some minor certifications you can take, maybe to become a paralegal or something at a lower level to help you get more experience, see if it really is a good fit for you. Find licenses, apprenticeships, and then you can see here the job outlook is bright. The average salary nationwide is approximately $145,000, $146,000 a year. Keep in mind, this is not, I just passed the bar. This is my first case. I'm making $146,000. No, this is going to be the average over a lifetime, a career. Okay. You can also click on check out my state and put in your zip code. It will tell you the average salary for lawyers in your state and locally. And there may be even some jobs out there you can if to see. So what I love about the Find Jobs, and this is what I recommend for any occupation really, is you can click on it and it's the same thing if you, for example, were to go to Indeed or Monster or LinkedIn or anywhere else and put in lawyer and then your zip code or your city state and click on find, it'll give you a list of job openings, jobs open that are seeking lawyers. And you can look at the description. You can look at how much the pay is going to be. You can look at the requirements and everything else. And that gives you a good idea of in 6 to 8 years, when you're looking, what are the requirements going to be? And they may change. 8 years, some of the requirements may change, but it gives you a solid idea of if you were to go and apply for a job, what would be required of you? And that gives you a path to keep in mind as you move toward your goal. Okay. Now, if you think that lawyer may not be the best fit, maybe there are a few things in here you're not sure about, you can go to explore more. And it shows you a variety of careers that are similar to lawyer, but not exactly the same. Your daily activities, engagement with others, things like that's going to be different. You can click on those and see if maybe some of their descriptions are going to be a better fit for you, a closer fit for you. Okay. Now we're going to go back to home. Okay, so that's if you already have an idea of what you might want to do to check it out just to see. There's also browsing by job family or industry. And if you're not even sure at all, you can click on discover your interests and it will take you, let me show you. This is their profiler. And again, it reminds you, don't think about the education or training or how much it's going to cost you to get there. Just think about whether or not you would like doing this type of work. And there are no right or wrong answers. Okay. You really, truly want to be true to you when you're seeking a career because you're going to be spending about 60 to 80% of your life, of your time, doing this work. So be true to you. Okay. And then this is what it looks like. And you just go through each one. Ew, I'd hate it. Not very great. I'd survive, but I wouldn't be happy. I'd be pretty happy. Or, yeah, this is definitely how I want to be spending my time. Okay. And you go through all the pages. It'll give you results at the end. It'll tell you what job zones. And let me show you what it means by job zones. Job zones, your industry or the job family. And then it's going to actually give you a list of potential careers, actual careers you can click on and look at the profiles. Now, if you don't want to go through all of this, question the profiler because I'll be honest, it's cut and dry. It's a good resource, I suppose. But if you know yourself pretty well, especially since we just did all of that strengths assessments and profiling your personality, you can come right over here to careers sorted by interests. And they have just different categories. So realistic is practical, hands-on problems and solutions. So maybe something like an engineer. You're using your hands, you're developing something physically to solve a problem. Investigative, ideas, thinking, and figuring things out. So problem solving, maybe social issues. How can we create a plan? This is actually a good one for politicians. How can we create a plan that will fit all of the different social and cultural groups, give them what they need, not take away their rights, be good for the environment, hit all the check boxes for what is the best plan possible. Artistic, creating, designing, making your own rules. This would be another good one for engineers because they do design and create, but also the screenplay that I wrote, the lyrics that I wrote, these are all artistic. Social, helping people, teaching and talking. Enterprising, leading, making decisions, and business, running a business. Conventional, data, detail, and regular routines. For example, maybe an accountant. Attention to detail, lots of data, regular routines going through the books every day. Okay, so if you already know what you might be, you can click on these and it'll give you a list of careers that fit under those categories. I myself know that I'm realistic, investigative, and social. So I could click on any of those and it would tell me which ones to look at. And you can look at the job title. If you're not sure what it is, click on it. Adapted Physical Education Specialist. Not sure what that is. Click on it. It'll tell you what they do. You can watch a short video on it, okay? Again, the Sunshine's Mead Bright Outlook. looks good for the future. So you may be well employed your entire career. Just because there's not a sunshine doesn't mean it's not valuable. If it really resonates with you and you're passionate about it, I say really take a good look at the possibility of doing it anyway, because there are still stepping stones. The average person actually goes through about 7 career changes in their life. So don't think that you need to pick the correct career, the right career, never change it. This might be information that you receive that presents an opportunity for growth. And then it's a stepping stone to take you to the next place you want to go. It'll just prepare you for um, career change 2, 3, 4. You never know. Okay. So it'll give you a list of each one. Now, if you keep scrolling long enough, you're going to get to the next section. So this one is realistic. If you keep going long enough, you'll get to investigative. Okay. But if you want to get there fast, just click on the links here. It'll take you there. Okay. I'm going to go back to my personal career profile now. All right. So after you've found maybe 4, 5, 6, maybe even more careers, occupations that may be a good fit for you, what I want you to do is put them right here. So consider also when you're looking through them, what kind of environment do you need to thrive? Do you like to work around a lot of people, with a few people, rather be completely remote? Can you do those occupations completely remote? And if they're not an option now, can you be creative enough to say, they're not an option now, but maybe I could make my own business or my own branch here, and it could be completely remote. I could do something new, and it might help a whole group of people out there who are looking for not going into an office, but just meeting remotely. Okay, so list hopefully at least 3 or 4 that you find that might be potentially a good fit for you. If you find more than 5, excellent, excellent. Maybe list them according to interest, which one's pulling at you the most. Consider, don't be analyzing it as much at that point. Be thinking, how do I feel about these when I put them in order? Don't just say, oh, this one will make me the most money, but how would I feel about this kind of work? Feel good? Feel pretty good? Do I feel excited? If you feel excited and like really your body feels warm and a little bit tingly and you just can't help but smile, that one goes first. That's the one you're going to investigate further first. Okay. And then you're going to say, I am most interested in learning about which one, which career option, because you got to know why. You got to have found those connections and be able to express why. It can't just be because I'm going to make the most money. If that's the only thing you have to say, I would say you have an underlying fear of being in poverty. And sure, there are probably a lot of people that feel that way. You never want to experience poverty ever again. You always want to make sure that you're wealthy. But this is my question. Would you rather be working really hard to make all of that money and make sure it never happens again? Or would you rather say, I'd rather not be afraid? I'd rather not have fear. Because when you don't have fear, you have the confidence that can get you the money anyway. Okay. And when you don't have the fear, you're also enjoying whatever you are doing in the moment more. You're not worried about it. You're loving life. And if you're loving life and you're feeling confident and good and fulfilled, that money's not going to be the fear of not having that money. It's not even going to be there because you're fulfilled and you're living life. It's not going to matter. The money, the number isn't going to matter as much because you are appreciative. You love what you do. You love your day-to-day life. So why do you need the money if you love life? Just consider. Okay. There are a lot of really wealthy people out there who are not happy. Okay. So really, truly be true to yourself. That's why we spent so much time on finding your strengths and your personality, um, attributes, your values. You really want to make sure you're true to you as you go into this. Okay. So At that point, you say, this is the reason why I really want to try to pursue this. And the next step, which is coming in the next video, is how to make connections in the community, to spend time with those people that do those things, to answer your questions, to see hands-on what the day-to-day life would be like in that environment, see how you feel in that environment, and see if you want to continue spending more time there before you make an actual decision on which way to go. How do you want to spend your time and money? If you want to go to university or not? That's going to those decisions are going to be made after you meet with these career experts in the next step. So right now, now that you see what's coming next, I want you to really focus on which careers seem like a good fit for me. Okay. So as always, if you have any questions, concerns, you want some personalized guidance, schedule an appointment, reach out to me. Send me a message, send me an email. You can schedule an appointment at reflectinginward.org. As a reminder, one-on-one coaching with youth ages 14 through 25 is free. And if you're over 25, you get a really good deal for each session. So please reach out. Let me know if you have questions. Emailing and messaging me questions, there's obviously no fee for that. So send me messages, ask me questions. I may suggest that we schedule an appointment, but keep in mind the initial appointment is always going to be free so that you can decide whether or not we are a good fit for each other. Okay. And as always, all of the resources on the website are completely free for you to utilize if you want to be self-guided. And that's because it's so important for this information to be out there. Okay. I love you. I believe in you. You can do anything as long as you believe and have some support and guidance, which is what I'm here for. All right. So please reach out to me if you have questions. I love you. I care about you. I can't wait to see how things turn out for you. And I will see you in the next video.